You're welcome back. Time to hear what you've been saying to the issues we've posted on our social media handles. Mapitso Sibidi is here to walk us through it. Hi, Mapitso.
Hi, Rabs. How are you?
I'm very good.
I love your pink dress.
Thank you.
It's Friday, and for the last time this week, get your gadgets and let's get interactive on WhatsApp 055-815-7074, on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram. We are Joy News on TV. Now, to our first story, Mohammed Muntaka Mubarak, a member of parliament for Awasase, has added his voice to calls for the removal of the Ashanti Regional Police Commander. He stated DCOP Kwesi Mensah-Duku did a poor job supervising his men, whose deliberate actions resulted in the death of the 7 young men. Meanwhile, Mustafa Hamid, Zongo Development Minister, says DCOP Kwesi Mensah-Duku was just doing his job, and for this reason, he shouldn't be removed from office. What is your take on this?
It depends on the source of the money. Yeah, but ideally it should be controlled by the man. He is the head of the family.
Both of them have to sit down, manage it, and then control it. There's no person to say, I have absolute control of the money. And
I don't think it should be mainly one person. And this system shouldn't really be one person controlling everything. Yeah, let's say, like in government, there's separation of powers. So maybe the woman brings something to the table, the man also brings something to the table.
We'll be bringing you the question
the man
to that.
Supposed to control
purse strings. Is it the man or the woman? But let's go to Facebook in regards to the Mansa Kwatsa killing. And Walanya Katia says, where will he go to? By the way, I'm most grateful to the president for having realized that the life of the bereaved family must go on whilst perpetrators of the crime are brought to book in due course.
Well, Charles Nana Edu says, so if he was doing his job, why is government compensating the victim's family? Tuo demoted minister. Next time, joke with hashtag Achim Mafias. Baya Jeremiah writes, remove him and bring who? He's not going anywhere. He has learned his lessons and now will be in a better position to handle similar cases when they occur. You can change leadership, but if the subordinates don't change their attitudes, you will still produce the same results. What the personnel in the service need now is more in-service training and attitudinal change. And Simon Sinek Boateng says, without any evidence, you said these people were criminals. I think he should be removed. Simple.
All right, so let's go to Sir Obama Pokasi, who says the police, like any other human institution, is fallible in one way or the other. So asking a senior police officer to be relieved of his post for just one act of omission is quite unfair, as it stands to lower the spirit of other officers. Having said that, the police must also change their modus operandi. We've come to the end of the week and we're still looking for Nana Appiah Mensah. And I'm sure you've seen this video circulating on social media of Bulldog asking Nam1 to come out of his hole. But in case you haven't, here it is.
Wow. And Nana Appiah Mensah, be strong. You see what is happening? Be strong. People have gone through worse. I'm telling you, bro. People have gone through worse. And no matter what, we stand by you, no matter what. And if I were you, if what I'm hearing is true about the arrest warrant, yo, show up. You will not be jailed. None of your people will be jailed. You did not defraud nobody. You have a good case. You were running your business until this present administration messed it up. If you felt that Men's Gold's dealings were wrong or were dubious, there were better ways of going at it. When you started this campaign against Men's Gold, you said you were protecting customers and their investments. Yes, that's what government said. That's what government said. Today, what is happening to the customers? Us. What is happening to us? We are being called greedy. Why are investments? You came in to mess things up, not to protect us. You've messed things up, and you've delayed our investments from coming to us. Wow. Yo, I think you guys did not read through the document you put out, because that's a clear case. And up here, read through that document. The presidency has just confirmed that they had no business. I mean, BOG and SEC, you are not licensed with them, so they had no business coming into your job. Mess with our damn.
We posted that video on our Facebook page and we'll get to see what you've been saying on it. But let me take some of your WhatsApp messages. And this one says he should be removed and says Montana is not IGP. From Godfred, he says the DCOP himself should have resigned already for that show of unprofessionalism on his side. From Opata Kojo, Competent Joseph says they must remove him if he didn't do anything wrong. Why should the president compensate them? And this one says this guy is too smart to be kept behind bars. Keeping him in prison is a waste of resource. He should be a business lecturer to train our professors and PhD lecturers in our university. Okay, so this one says Bulldog, see your head, keep quiet. Let's go to Facebook and see what you've been saying about that video.
All right, so Kweku Srebo writes, Apia, that's Nam1, employed you, gave you A-list artists, logistics, radio. Instead of organizing shows to make money for Xylophone Media, you and Willie Roy were busy pitting Stonebwoy and Shatawale against each other to your benefit. Jimien Kwa. And Kwesi Asare says, Ghana is indeed sick because anyone can make a video and distribute. Nana Kwesi Mensa writes, Shatawale nearly beat you. Have you forgotten? Oh, but what does that have to do with this issue at hand? Jerry Kweku Danso says, I bet Nam1 is not on social media since September and cannot see this your message. And Kwesi Boasian Yipa says, allow him. He thought he was making sense. But Kobe Asma says, I agree with you, Bulldog. Hashtag I stand with Nam1.
Ideas Dos Santos says, I agree with Bulldog. He should willingly show up. No customer of God is love have received his or her money, but nothing happened to the managers. He should show up and start paying them small. And Kenneth Warning says, this guy needs some bones and chicken wings. And Shafiq says, lol, many are indeed mad. Few are roaming first class high fever patients.
That's very mean.
Power and control can be an issue in all kinds of relationships. There are some in which the two parties are equals and treat each other as such. In others, however, one person might be dominant and being able to influence and manipulate the other person. On the Super Morning Show today, host Daniel Dazi and his panelists were discussing who controls the purse strings.
Anything that has to do with the family, anything that has to do with the house, anything that has to do with kids, it is the woman.
You see, the 21st century woman is smart. She's not like the traditional woman that we knew from the past. You guys are smart. You can manage the home and all of that, like you said. But the key word here is control. Who is able to control the finances in the home better? And for me, it sits better with the man. Look, I say this, and I'm going to choose my words carefully. We're dealing with women. So women are beautifully extra. Okay, women are beautifully extra about everything. So I'll give you an instance. You have a smart woman telling you, oh, instead of buying things, instead of buying groceries, for instance, into the home one after the other, let's buy them in bulk so that we'll be able to save money and all of that. But if you do not control this as a man, she'll end up being beautifully extra. She's going to end up buying 2 boxes of tomatoes instead of 1. The key word is control.
Okay. So who controls?
It's controlled better when it sits with the man.
If it is the man's house, he must control the finances. But immediately he marries and gets somebody in the house, he must never touch the money again. He must give it to the woman.
I love you, Edwin.
The wife must control the home because the wife makes the home.
Not the home, the finances.
The finances of the home. Immediately the wife enters the house, the money must be surrounded to the woman immediately.
All the money?
All the money.
All.
Because you see, let's be very, the husband is the breadwinner. He is not the bread distributor. He must win the bread at all times. But when it comes to distribution, he must be very clear in his mind it is the woman's role.
I think that giving control to the man, it's perhaps the easier route. Because you see, the thing is, if we're using the analogy of the man as the head and the woman as the neck, then you know that inadvertently you have a certain level of influence. For me, influence is more important than control. I don't need to control the purse strings. I need to know that I can influence how our money is going to be used. Because you see, the thing is that it flows into other aspects of our lives. The other mistake I think that women make is in trying to take too much control from the men. When you approach it in this, I am taking control, I am in charge of this, you're not just taking control of the money, you're actually in a way taking control of a lot of other areas of the marriage. And what happens in most cases is that you find that then the men just sit back and like, okay, you know what, if you want to steer the ship, steer the ship.
This has been an ancient debate on who should control the purse string. Rabs, quickly, who do you think should control the purse string in a relationship?
This is a tricky one, but I think generally women are better managers of the money, you know. I mean, they know what to go where, you know. So I think that it's the woman. All
right, now let's go to the streets of Accra and see what people are saying. Who controls the purse strings, men or women?
It depends on the source of the money. Yeah, but ideally it should be controlled by the man. He is the head of the family.
Both of them have to sit down, manage it, and then control it. There's no sole person to say, I have absolute control of the money. And
I don't think it should be mainly one person. And this system shouldn't really be one person controlling everything. Yeah, as let's say, like in government, there's separation of powers. So maybe the woman brings something to the table, the man also brings something to the table. So you can't just say, yeah, I'm the man, so I'm supposed to control everything. Okay, you have to take, if you are supposed to control everything, that means you take control of the paying of the fees, cooking and all those things.
All right, let's see what you've been saying on Facebook. Walani Akotia says the head of the family, and that's the man.
Kwesi Boateng writes, it has always been the duty of man to head the family, and in so doing, that mandate is authentic. The last time I checked, the first time a woman fed a man, both of them got kicked out of the Garden of Eden. And Sami Kwe says, all of them, since men and the woman, the man and the woman are one.
Baba Moro says most of the women are cheats when it comes to the maintenance and upkeep of the house. With regard to which of them should provide the money, the burden is shifted on the men. Vow betide you the man when you insist. You'll be slapped with divorce threat. And quickly before you leave, let me take some of your WhatsApp messages. And this one says, Bulldog should keep quiet and stop blaming the government. Walani Akotia says, Bulldog is right for #1 to show up. He should just come out to pay the customers, and that is all. And this one is asking, Ghana, where are we going? That'll be all for Joy News Interactive here on Joy News Prime. I'm Apito CBD.